Yeah, I mentioned God like it's a separate entity, right? If I haven't said this a million times, I'll say it again. You are God. You are the creator, right? That is where we're at. And you co-create your reality with God. Okay, this is, you can't even comprehend what God is. This energy source, yeah, that's so advanced. It's created this beautiful heaven under a firmament with these forgetful motherfuckers called humans, who are really spirits having a human experience, so they know what it's like to feel all these human emotions. So, you know, you need bad guys in all this, right? The whole story, the whole thing is evolution of self, right? Growing through it, okay? And realizing that you are the creator of your reality. And that's, in a nutshell, is what's going on. So once you just understand it and you surrender to that, right, then you can get on. The other thing you need to understand, definitely, is that you have been lied to your whole life, right? So this is also part of the story, the awakening, because, you know, they dumb us down, you know, we're not meant to know nothing. It's evolution of self. And for all God, you know, you've got a whole plane full of gods right here who have forgotten their gods, okay? And then like one or two of them are standing up now. Hey, yo. And, you know, where's this stuff come from? I mean, I was, you know, going to write a book about my life. I reckon that's quite reasonably interesting anyway, when I think about it. But this bit about finding God, or him finding me finding myself, you know, was quite a crucial moment in my life, for sure. So divinity to me is a feeling. I had this connection on St. Pedro cactus, and it was not in any way, it was a beautiful experience, right? I got attached to some divine energy, and then I was flooded with all the most amazing feelings possible. Yeah, love, forgiveness, divinity. Wow, that humbled me. I am crying like a baby, right? Crying, bro. Like, wow. It's like, you can see me, I'm kind of like this, yeah? Hands in the air. Don Edgar, the absolute legend that he is, held me. And I had this, like I say, I was healed, really. I was touched by it. Well, you want to call it what you want, you know, call it God, right? But I was this divine energy, and yeah, I was told it wasn't my fault. I remember hearing it wasn't my fault. Whatever forgiveness, there was so much to it. It was just like flooded with all these amazing emotions, and yeah, from then I've been processing it ever since, and it's been pretty hardcore, I've got to say. But we've done a lot of healing in this time. That's the key to it, healing. And yeah, I've done a lot of healing, done a lot of crying, a lot of soul searching, and I've been introduced things like boundaries. I don't know if you've ever come across boundaries before. These are new to me. What the fuck's a boundary? Protecting your inner peace, really. You know, this is kind of where I had to get to, and my circle is small, really small. But you know what? I'd rather that way. And even that way, there's no one that I wouldn't walk away from if that affected my peace. If everyone worked like that. You know, because half this problem is you put yourself upon other people, right? Just like, here's my shit I haven't dealt with, and you know, I'm now looking at you to solve me. I was like, and they're looking at you to solve them, and everyone's looking at each other, and no one is taking responsibility for their own shit. When they do, life will change dramatically for everyone. But the good news is that in this film that we're in, this is the age of Aquarius, the golden era, the golden age, sorry. and age is 2,157, I think. Could be wrong with the last digit, but 2,150 odd years is the length of an age. And this is a moon, this is a star constellation in the sky, because if you're not aware, there is a star in the middle of the sky called Sirius, and that star never moves. Oh, well, really, Michael? No, it doesn't move. And astrology, you know, that book that tells you where all the stars are going to be, like 10,000 years ahead, right? Spinning through space, are we? Yeah? Into the sun, are we? Global warming, are we? You knobheads. Mate, look, as I say, you do have to accept the fact you've been lied to your whole life, right? You need to do that. That isn't my fault. I didn't lie to you, right? I'm trying to wake you the fuck up, okay? And by doing that, you have to be humble and understand that it weren't your fault that you were lied to, okay? I'm happy to grow. Every day is a school day. Join my school, come to think of it. Yeah? That's on the link below, but still, if you haven't already. Yeah, so this star in the middle, age of Aquarius, and we've just come out of Pisces, right? So Pisces was the last 2,100 and something years, yeah? And then that finished. I think we're like 4 years maybe into the new age. That's how fucking close we are, right? Or how early in the story, if you like. So we're just at the start of this new age, this mega change for humanity and the story. And that's important because you're here for a reason. You're here at exactly the right moment in time. What a great time to be alive. Yeah, if you've made it through all the fucking injections and everything else, all the decisions they put in your way, you know, if you've made it this far, what a blessing. Okay, every day is a blessing, right? You need to wake up and think like that. But anyway, going back to this age thing, just to finish that off, 2,100 odd years, Pisces just finished. We're literally a few years into the new age. The new age is called the golden age, right? It's like epic times right now, yeah? And for the next 2,100 odd years, it's meant to be the golden age, at a time when we've got technology that can do all the jobs, right? We don't need, after probably I think they said 70%. I mean, how many jobs actually got done in COVID, right? That's a good example of what the future would look like, all right? Except you can go and see your granny, you know, in your care home. You can go around your mates. You can literally do anything you want, right? There's so much money. Money's a fake thing anyway, all right? There's zeros on screens made out of zeros and screens, yeah? You know, and pound notes, bits of paper. They're promissory notes, backed up by insurance. If you didn't know, Lloyds Bank runs pretty much all of it. Okay, all these companies are owned by other corporations, and then when you get to the top, there's literally 2 companies that pretty much run the planet, BlackRock and Vanguard. These are not secrets, go and check it out. Of a high percentage of the workers there are the people you can't talk about, okay, and that's absolutely fine. All right, it is what it is. I actually respect the way that they stick together, okay, because that is a message for humanity. We all need to do a bit of that. Look after your brother, you know. I do like these people actually, but I think, again, you know, it's this very small-minded amount of people running it, but end of the day, the lights shone on their darkness, and there's no hiding place for them. And now it's up to us whether we actually wanna go and work anymore, really. You know, if these very small amount of people, I think it's 96, let's say 98 actually, I think it's as high as that percent of the money is with 2% of the population. You know, so like you've got a huge imbalance, right? Where's all that money go? You know, it's not really about the money. If you're a king or a queen, imagine back in the day, back when they had king and queens. If you're a king and a queen living in a castle, yeah, all your workers, your soldiers, your bakers, your population, I suppose, they're living out in the wooden outside. They're not in the castle. They're outside. Yeah, and they go running around and picking all the minerals and hunting, and then they bring them back to the castle, right? So when you think about what value is, right, it's only the minerals in the ground maybe, and the next bit of dollar is your energy, you. And that's what this system's done for thousands of years, probably. I don't even know, because you've been lied to, right? We don't know. We ain't got a clue. Like mushrooms, kept in the dark and fed shit, right? So, you have to accept that. But, as I say, the good news is that we're into this new age, as I said, and God's in control. It's a film. Just play your role. Your job is to heal and to go through the emotions of it. Don't be scared. It's better when you get to the other side. When we get to the other side, we could just have technology doing most of the jobs. We could be doing things we want to do, okay, and be the creators of our own reality that we want to do. If you've got an interest in something, just follow your heart. Go and do it. And that's what the future looks like. State, there won't be a state. Whatever it is, however it works, details yet to be finalised. But you get me. We don't really need a lot, do we? We need our family around us. The Huni tribe taught me this. Amazon, oldest tribe in Amazon. Yeah, gets up, man goes hunting, goes looking for foraging, and comes back to family. Everyone's playing their role as it should be. Yeah. Masculine energy doing masculine, and femme doing femme. Look, identify how you want. It's not for me to judge. Okay, be who you want to be. All of that jazz. Okay, but in the Huni tribe, man does all these jobs, woman does what she should do, and it all works, right? And at the end of the weekend, they get on their ayahuascas and lick some pedro cactus, and they have it out. Like an emotional connection with God and creation, and at one with the stars and everything. It's pretty simple. Okay. So you need a roof over your heads. You need some food, don't you? Now and again. We do eat too much, by the way. Way too much. Back in the earlier times, I'm sure we were running around after dinosaurs. I don't think even they existed, to be fair. That's another topic. But yeah, I like the idea of doing fuck all and doing what I want to do. Yeah, when I want to do it, and money not being a problem. I did think of a few ideas that would save a bit of time. We eat a lot of fruit and stuff, and maybe we could just plant loads of fucking trees, loads of fruit trees, like 10, 15 years from now, just be able to go and help yourself to some pink ladies on your high street for free. All of this stuff's free, right? If it's got a seed in it, it can be grown. So we'll get on growing. Yeah, maybe we'll get in the garden and we'll do some growing. Maybe we'll have community schools, that actually want to teach these kids individually. Yeah, maybe we'll have a health system that doesn't poison us, right? Or a system, the Matrix, poisons us. If you don't know this, you really need to wake the fuck up. There's so many things showing you this is what they're doing to us. Anyway, lots of different ways to talk about it, but I do like the idea of letting the robots do it all, and then we can just do what we want to do and be the best version of ourselves. I'm up for that anyway. So divine counsel at the top is what I think, and then Pachamama, which is Mother Earth. Every decision humanity makes should be about Pachamama. It's pretty simple. Yeah, she comes first. It comes first, as it's us. We are it. It is us. We need to be at one with it. Pretty simple. Wow, a lot of subjects. I'm pretty sure that's about 20 different videos. Didn't realise I was going to waffle on for that long. I'll see if I need to expand on any more of them. Probably will. A lot to take in there. Love people anyway. Peace.